All right, welcome everyone. Jason here again from AllianceCorp Property Experts. I've got a great quick video for you. Is Brisbane a good place to invest when you now think about the Olympics, which is on Brisbane's doorstep? So very exciting for Australia, very exciting for Brisbane, but is this also an exciting opportunity for property investors? So in this short video, some of the things that we're going to have a look at today is we're going to have a look at some of the historical cities that have held the Olympics in the past and how their property markets have been impacted. We're also going to look at what the Olympics means for house prices, what it means for infrastructure projects and the boom that's going to take place, jobs creation, and when is the best time to invest in Brisbane. So I hope that this gets you a little bit excited, but also might lead into some more research of your own to identify whether Brisbane is a good time to invest with the Olympics around the corner. So here's a good graph for you to have a look at. This shows some of the cities historically around the world that have held the Olympics. We've got Atlanta, Los Angeles, Barcelona, Seoul, and of course Sydney there, also in the red. You'll notice that on all accounts, leading up to the Olympics and also post-Olympics, a lot of those property markets have done incredibly well. Now, you've got to understand there's many variable factors as to how a property market performs, but certainly this graph is encouraging. CoreLogic looked at some of the numbers and they identified that the Sydney property prices from the time that the Olympics was announced in 1993 through to 2000 increased by 60%, so that's quite considerable. What does the Olympics mean for Brisbane and our nation? Well, it has many impacts. One of those obviously is the attraction of Brisbane, the games, the tourism that brings into the country, the demand that it creates, employment, income, prices increase, including property prices, and then of course there's all the intangibles such as the ecology, structural change, recreation, and the follow-on effects from the games. So many different impacts. In terms of infrastructure, interesting to know Barcelona hosted the Olympics in 1992. Barcelona estimated to have built 50 years worth of infrastructure just in the 8 years leading up to the Olympics. Brisbane's 30-year infrastructure plan has also been expected to be brought forward to cater for the Olympics. Some of those infrastructure projects that are taking place, if you have a look at the inner suburbs there of Brisbane, you've got the Brisbane Arena, you've got the football stadiums, the cricket grounds, the convention exhibition centres, you've got South Bank, Victoria Park, and also Brisbane Showgrounds. So obviously a lot of activity in those inner locations. But don't think that it's just restricted to Brisbane itself and the CBD. As you can see there in Greater Brisbane and also some of the regional areas, you're also going to get a flow-on effect because a lot of events are also held in those areas and there's some investment going in there. You're looking at also the Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast, Moreton Bay, and places like Cairns, Townsville and Toowoomba to a lesser degree. According to studies done by the Queensland Government, some of the other benefits include 130,000 extra jobs being created, 10,000 in particular for 2032. They're looking at an economic boost there or benefit of between $7 to $8 billion, so that's quite significant for Brisbane. $20 billion of international visitor expenditure, and then of course there's the civic pride and increased business dealings due to concentrated interest on Brisbane because of the Olympics. So the next question is, well, when should I consider purchasing? I've done a lot of my own research as well and Brisbane looks quite good. Well, a lot of the data shows that a lot of the infrastructure that takes place leading into an Olympic Games starts roughly 5 to 6 years out from the Games. So you might be thinking, well, maybe that's a better time to buy. But interestingly enough, if you do your research, Brisbane is one of our nation's hotspots at the moment. It's doing incredibly well. Look, the markets are doing well right across the country, but in particular, you've got to remember Brisbane is incredibly affordable when you think about, say, Sydney or Melbourne. Interstate migration is at its highest point at the moment. A lot of people are migrating to Brisbane, and they've got a beautiful lifestyle there too. So because of that, we're seeing a very strong market. So it might make sense that even if you were to invest there today, you could pick up on the strong demand that we're experiencing today, and then that would then flow on to obviously the benefits that will take place because of the Olympics and the investment in that region. So it makes a lot of sense. Look, you do your own research, and I hope that's what this video does, encourages you to look a bit closer. I've done a lot of research. I can't find a lot of negative articles about the impact of the Olympics, and also too, I can't find anyone that's really saying that we shouldn't see some sort of upwards pressure on property prices because of the Brisbane Olympics. A lot of the experts, Louis Christopher from SQM, Brisbane's likely to outperform the market due to historically sluggish growth in Brisbane over the recent years. And this could then continue on post-games for at least another 2, possibly 3 years. And also two chief economists there, Diswadi from PRD, has also suggested that the likelihood is that the property prices will double between now and the start of the Brisbane Games. So very encouraging. So in summary, the hosting of the 2032, huge opportunity for Brisbane, very exciting. At least for the next 10 to 11 years, we're looking at significant investment in infrastructure in the region. Brisbane's already a top performer, as we've discussed. So when always thinking about investing, guys, we always talk about a 10-year plan. All right, investing isn't something that you look at doing or trading property over, say, a 12-month period. You wouldn't buy it today and then hope to sell it in 12 months and make a lot of money. Investing is a long-term view. You've got to allow your properties to go through those natural property cycles as well. So we always talk about 10 years, so it makes sense to look at investing in Brisbane today. So I hope this information was helpful, guys. If you want to learn more about the Brisbane market, if you want to learn more about the impact of the Olympics, book one of your strategy sessions. It's complimentary. One of our coaches or property wealth planners can sit down with you and provide you with further research and data on what the benefits of possibly investing in Brisbane. All right, thank you.